Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is video number 2 in my series that I started last month featuring the current story kit from Ali Edwards. In my first video, which I will leave linked down below, I had come up with an idea to stay current using my Ali Edwards story kit, which if you're familiar with is a subscription kit that she offers that is based around a theme, usually like one word, in which all of the products in the kit, which is usually for a 6x8 / pocket page format, are prompted in a certain theme. It's called the story kit. This month, it's called Savor, and the projects in the workshops are already oh so beautiful. And so my take with this video series is to give you 2 additional layouts using the products in the kit. For one of them, we are going to be using a combination of the 3x8 and a few of the 3x4. So this one's going to be fairly easy. Simply because also I am fixing it into my story album, and there is actually, not to say a hole, but a backside of a 3x8 layout that I did here that I want to use, and then this side of the pocket page. So that kind of initiated the first story we will tell. So we'll make that one together. And then to finish off this album, because it is getting quite chunky, and all of the process videos for this entire album are on my channel. These are usually labeled, if you're new to my channel, as 6x8 story album, in which all of these are there. This is my 3rd album in the series, and we are continuing on. So then for the second story, we are going to be using the 6x8 paper, which is this like checkered with the blue and the cream. This card also with the blues, this chipboard piece with the blue, and then the matching heart pocket with the blues as well. And then luckily I found a photo of my little girl in a blue dress, and actually it's bluey, go figure. So I just thought the colors worked perfectly in order to make something with this side as well. So for this story, the theme for Savor is really based off of the quote, recognizing that small moments are the ones that lead up, to even big ones, and so don't overlook the small ones. So the pictures I printed out were black and white because the colors were so busy. Her playing with Magnetiles is a regular thing around here. And then us playing Barbies with her kind of American Doll furniture. We played on the kitchen table in this one. So it's reflecting on the idea that my daughter definitely always wants me to still play with her, and these are our current themes. And then for this one, enjoying completely, yes please, I am going to kind of do a currently page about her. I'm thinking maybe in bullet points, but overall just everything that she's enjoying at this age. She is currently 6 years old and in kindergarten, and not to say a lot has changed over the years, but she's finding her identity with things that she wants to do after school. So for instance, she has started piano, and we have her in a drawing club. You can see that this is lending towards her being more of the creative art side, because signing her up for soccer, gymnastics, or cheerleading she doesn't care about. So that will be the journaling sort of here. So let's get started creating, and I will talk you through the simple process. Like I said, I think I mentioned, like, in the story class, if you are subscribed, wonderful layouts there already. I am just giving you another avenue to use up a few more of the contents of the kit so that you feel like they are not just sitting and collecting dust in your stash, So we're using this amount of stuff and then this amount of stuff also, which is a good extra dent in your kit, in addition to the ones that are there. So I just want you to use your products as overall a goal for this series. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get creating. So like I had mentioned, I am trying to do the backside of a 3x8 photo that I already had in my album using some Cocoa Daisy stuff from a previous layout. And I just love that quote so much. So that is what kind of started my idea once I learned that I loved that quote. And then if I keep it right where it is next to this layout that I did, I need to fill this 3x4 quad location. So then I thumb through
the cards and found a few that I liked. And what I'm doing right now is pulling out any of the chipboard that can kind of be tone on tone in this striped pattern card, and that beigey one worked out perfectly. So if you still have the beigey chipboard, definitely layer it on top of this pattern paper, and it adds a little dimension and interest to that as a card. And now from a pattern paper card to a nice sentiment holding card it became. It also probably would have worked good for like matting a photo if you didn't want to use it in the way that I did. And so I put a few more of the chipboard pieces, just one on each, to keep kind of that vertical line aspect of this layout going amongst all of them. And I'm very glad that I did the photos in black and white, because the colors were definitely all over the place, and the carpet is pink, and all the rainbow bright of the Barbies was competing, and then the magnetile. So they're definitely bright photos. So I'm glad I printed them in black and white. And that's just a tip for anyone that ever has photos that are probably way too colorful. Print them in black and white. It'll work with everything. So here I am working on the next one, and I always just use a page protector to kind of almost like audition out where I want to have my cut lines and how much of the photo I'm going to keep and what I will trim off. I usually just print an 8x10 if I ever have like a coupon to Walgreens for like 50% off. It just saves on my ink once in a while, but an 8x10, you're pretty much just cutting off like an inch all the way around, which is fine by me. And that way it sits outside the page protector at 7 inches by 7 1/4, which, like I said, it's about an inch all the way around roughly. So then I also forgot that this kit came with these awesome acetate title pieces, and one says Savoring, which I'm using. One said love this, and there was another phrase that I'm not able to see right now, but having it right along that tree gave it enough contrast to still be red, because if it was on the opposite side, it was too busy. So then when I go in for my journaling for the clear sticker paper, I use a text box in my Pages application for my MacBook Pro, and I measure it out. So say for this journaling card that we're looking at, I usually make it at a 5.75 width and then 2 inches in height. I use usually American typewriter is my font, and I always click the juxtaposition so that it lines up perfectly at the edge. I don't like having my text being like all staggery if it's like left dominant or right dominant. I think it's called juxtapose it, so just right in the center at all times, and it always like accommodates the words that you use. And so I simply type it out. I think I did my journaling for both of them at the same time. That way I can just send it through my printer, and I'm saving on that paper. Usually too, I will wait for maybe 1 or 2 more journaling spots for upcoming projects that I have. That way I can get a full sheet of this 8.5 by 11 sticker paper used and have very little waste. So it's just a text box after I measure the area that I am doing, and I type away. So I thought it was great to keep this segment in, just in case you were wondering how I do it. Once I have my text boxes and they're not overlapping and they fit nicely, I just send it to print on it's MACO clear sticker paper, and I have it linked down below for you. And it's the best way to use your physical products and have journaling.
So I did my journaling on clear sticker paper and adhered it to that card. So this one kept it, like I said, very simple, but I'm glad the story is in here because I really loved this quote and the tone on tone and some of the additional embellishments for this one. So currently savoring all of the little moments that we played together and what she's into. And then I have the savoring over here. Once again, the journaling is on clear sticker paper, but I love how I used all of the blue and white checkered pieces together, and that her dress was also blue. And this is just reflecting on Valentina's current favorite things. So I did kind of like a lot of commas and going on about just things that she's into for after school, and what she plays at home and what she wants to do as far as her vocalizing it here at 6 years old. So those are the 2 layouts, fairly simple for both of them, but you use your products and you get your stories told, and that is what the whole purpose is always about. I might actually make this the last layout for this album, so I might put a piece of pattern paper, something with a pretty pattern, because this is the contents.
And so, and I have that there just so that this constantly got warped from being curled under here. So it's one of those page lifters that I just don't have any of from from Project Life. So I just put a piece of cardstock in there. Does the same thing. So yeah, this one's already kind of getting the alligator mouth, a crocodile mouth. So there will be a flip through of this album coming soon, volume 3 story album. And actually it's already March, so the date's a little off, but I have learned that one album usually gets me about, 6 months, 5 months, 5 months of storytelling, which is a good kind of formula to be in. Thank you so much for subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, everyone, bye.